Hi everyone, my name is G Fletcher and I'd like to welcome you this evening or this morning, whenever you're maybe watching this recording, to our Global Kingdom Builder Overview. So as I said, my name is G. I'm going to be sharing for the next 30 minutes or so, and my beautiful friend Jo Blofield and business partner is also going to share her story, and we're going to get started now. Okay, so this is me. This is my why. I wanted to be a world changer. So forever since I've known, this is my beautiful family, and they're my why. I had been an entrepreneur for many years, a traditional entrepreneur. So we had the building, the bricks, the water, the staff, the overheads, everything like that. And I'd never known about online marketing. I'd never known about anything like that. But I did know when I was working in my husband's clinic and working on reception and doing accounts that I was put on earth to do more than this. I felt such a stirring, and God just put something so deep in my heart that I wanted to be a world changer. I felt that I had so much to give, and I just didn't know what the vehicle was. So I don't know if that's you. I don't know what kind of a job you might be in now, or what kind of a job you have, or a company. But I would encourage you, if God's stirring you, he's stirring you for whatever reason it is. And I'm so grateful that he stirred me nearly 5 years ago, because my life has changed dramatically. Because, as I said, I was a philanthropist already, but my biggest purpose and passion was that I just love to give. I believe that it is more blessed to give than to receive. And my biggest mantra was always, I want to make millions so I can give millions away. That's my heart. I feel like I've been put on earth. Some people are put on earth to be kingdom builders. And when I got this insight, I just thought, yes, because I really don't believe that money has any big hold over me. I literally see it as a vehicle to advance God's kingdom. And what I've been able to do is find something that has enabled me to do that. So where it all began was back on Good Friday of 2016. There was 6 of us sitting here at 6 o'clock in the morning, and we had been praying, asking what was out there, that we knew that there was a vehicle, that there was a business that was going to enable us to create wealth for God's kingdom. And we came across this product, which I'm going to talk about now in the next few minutes. And this was us having prayed. We then went and prayed to find who we should align ourselves with in America before we relaunched Australia. So, fast forward 4 years from this date, and I myself and my team have over 5,000 customers that order from all my distributors and team members, predominantly customers, but I have a beautiful core distributors of a few hundred people as well. And that's across 10 different countries. So, I really encourage you for the next, 25 minutes or so, maybe open your ears, just ask God, invite the Holy Spirit in and see, is this something that will improve your health, but also maybe create and help you create your purpose. So the company that I chose was LifeVantage. Now, when I heard about them, we had been praying, going, wow, what if there's some company out there that's been there for years and has been going for years, but just nobody knows about it? What if there's a product that is out there that could potentially change the health world as we know it, but just nobody knows about it? And we literally said it was the promised land, that it was hidden from everyone for us for a time as this. So when it came along, LifeVantage, it literally ticked every single box that I was looking for in a company to align myself, because I'm looking for a legacy company. I don't want to spend all this time building something up with something that doesn't align with me spiritually and just for generations to come. So who is LifeVantage? Well, they're a biomedical company that were founded back in 2003. It all began with an ABC investigative report. And when I saw this report and when I started to understand what was actually happening in the report, when the reporter went in to basically try and get the company closed down, because he said, Fountain of Youth, I don't think that there's any such a product out there. I want them to prove it. So they said, okay. So he took his bloods and lo and behold, his oxidative stress, which is something I'm going to talk about shortly now, had reduced by 40% within 14 days. And literally overnight, the company went into a little bit of a mini momentum. And one of the big things that happened was universities and prestigious medical centers, which I'm going to go through as well, came on and said, we'd like to do some independent studies on these products. And we will be able to go through that in PubMed, which is where they've put up all their findings and all their studies that they published. But LifeVantage was just in a retail stores, the GNC stores. And what they found though was behind every blue bottle, there needed to be a story that was shared because people didn't understand about oxidative stress and the harm that it does to you. So in 2009, the company merged over from retail to business straight to consumer. And the company grew from 9 million to over 226 million. And they have a projected, they want to impact 1 million people. That is their objective at the moment, is to impact 1 million people's lives with their health. The nutrigenomics market, which is what I'm going to talk about tonight, is also predicted to be $1 trillion industry. And one of the other big pluses this year was LifeVantage was invited to close out the closing bell for NASDAQ on Wellness Week on the 9th of January. Now, that was another big tick for me as well, that the company was on NASDAQ. I didn't want a company that was family owned. I wanted something that was NASDAQ because I understand about auditing and I understand about share prices and things like that. So I wanted a very stable company that had a lot of strict restrictions around them. The other thing was Erin Brockovich joined our board of directors last year, and I think a lot of you would know her, the Julia Roberts movie. Well, this was a huge big plus for our company as well, that she had been looking at it for quite some time and decided to move over. So tonight I'm going to talk about the main thing, well, 4 components, but the main thing being the products and science, because if you don't have a good product, you don't have a good business. And we want to create a kingdom business from this. And of course, I want to talk about my mission and legacy, which I've been able to do from this business, and then mentorship. So before we get started, LifeVantage and its affiliates do not claim to cure, heal, or mitigate any diseases at all. So what makes us healthy and what is in our control? Well, at the moment, with everything that is going on, there isn't a lot you feel in your control. But, you know, normally your lifestyle is in your control. Your community, normally, you know, up in Queensland, we are blessed at the moment that community is still, we are still able to meet people. And that is so important for people's health, their mental health. But the environment is something that's not in our control. And genetics was always told that it wasn't in our control. But this has changed because LifeVantage, many years ago, they looked at a single question that they had in the lab: is declining health something we must accept as part of getting older? And what they worked out was that our genes contain incredible abilities to keep our bodies healthy. And this is all about nutrigenomics. Now, Dr. Joe McCord was one of the scientists that started with LifeVantage, and he had won an Elliott Crescent Award, which he got from the Franklin Institute. And the other people that won one of these awards was Marie Curie, Graham Bell, Henry Ford, all these amazing people that had discovered huge, groundbreaking discoveries in their time. Well, what Dr. Joe McCord had discovered was superoxide dismutase. Now, this is an antioxidant that in 1976 he had discovered. But what they were trying to work out was, how can we tap into these antioxidants that are already in your body? And what they discovered, that you can activate these through nutrigenomics. So nutrigenomics is the study of how nutrients and natural occurring compounds affects our genes. And what I love about LifeVantage is that we are founded on science, backed by science, and driven by science. So we look at different theories on aging. So what is oxidative stress and what causes it? Well, you can see here the apple being demonstrated. If you leave it out, it will become brown. And all that's happened to it is that the air has actually affected it. Now, the same thing happens to our cells, and it causes premature aging and disease. Now, why does this happen? Well, it's due to a lot of exercise or no exercise. Wi-Fi, different technologies around you depletes the body of energy, but also increases oxidative stress. The environment, everything around us, microwaves causes it as well, and pesticides, herbicides all over our food and what gets sprayed. Also, water is becoming more and more toxic. And you can see here the picture of what a normal, beautiful cell should look like, but then it gets attacked by the free radicals, which is caused by the air we breathe, and then you can see a cell that has been oxidized. So what are we talking about? We are talking about taking supplements versus flipping the switch and activating. Now, I liken this to like our iPhone. We used to have the flip up phone, which, was quite archaic. You could just take a number and call it. Well, now with the new iPhone, you can do so much more. Well, that is what we're saying. By activating our bodies, we can do so much more than supplementing. The power is all in NRF2 activation. This is a pathway I'm going to talk about, and we are relentless in the pursuit of discovering new ways to flip the switch on and turn on the bodies so that we can turn on our good DNA and turn off our bad DNA. And the first way of doing this is through Protandim, NRF2 SYNERGIZER. We all call this, and it's funny, even in Thailand with some of the distributors over there, even though we could barely, not speak the same language, they all went, manna. And we went, yes, I truly believe that it's God's food for our genes, that it's a way to help us and protect our bodies from the environment that we are living in at the moment. So it has been proven to reduce oxidative stress. Protandim activates our body to switch on the ability to make millions of antioxidants. Now, how it does that is through a protein in every single cell called the NRF2 protein. Now, that pathway's job is just to make antioxidants. It increases glutathione, which is the mother antioxidant, by 300%. And what I love is that we have 13 patents that are protecting our formula. So what is it made up of? Well, I always say it's out of God's garden. It's all natural. It's got turmeric, which is an anti-inflammatory, milk thistle, which is a liver cleanser, green tea, which is an antioxidant, ashwagandha, which is a really good mood stabilizer. We often say that's the thing that really makes you happy. And then bacopa gives you great brain clarity. Now, if I can just take you to this graph here, on the left-hand side is the NRF2 pathway. And you can see that there is a little bit of an impact on each of these herbs on that NRF2 pathway. But look at what happens with Protandim. The synergy makes it 18 times more effective than if you were to take any of these products on their own. And people say to me, look, G, I'm really healthy. I eat organic. So, I don't think I'm going to need this. But the problem is when it's a food, it is a direct antioxidant. So one direct antioxidant kills one free radical. You would need to eat 11 pounds of blueberries, 375 oranges to have the same impact as taking one tablet. One tablet activates the body's enzymes to eliminate millions upon millions of free radicals. And you can see here, when does all this normally start to happen? When we start to age. Now, I never knew this, but you actually start to age at about the age of 22 for women and 24 for men. And then it starts, then the oxidative stress starts to increase. And you can see this on the graph, but look what happens after taking Protandim. They could not tell the difference between an 80-year-old's blood and a 20-year-old's blood when they did the T-bar test. But I encourage you, don't take our word for it. Go to PubMed, which is pubmed.gov, and put in oxidative stress. And you will see over 230,000 studies that have been in there. Now, some of the 26 peer-reviewed studies that we have are from some highly respected universities, like Harvard University, the University of Colorado, Louisiana. But then we have the American Heart Association, who did a study on our product. And, you know, they don't normally publicize that people should be taking a natural supplement, but that went in the magazine. And also the National Institute of Aging did a 10-year study on looking at what could increase longevity. And after 10 years, the only natural supplement or activator that they found was Protandim, was clinically proven to increase your health span by 7% in male mice. Imagine that, 7% extra. And the median health span is from around the age of 50 to 75. Who wouldn't want an increase? I know it's the best I've ever felt is now. And Washington State University talks about the effects of NRF2, which may well become the most extraordinary therapeutic and most extraordinary preventative breakthrough in the history of medicine. Now, you think of penicillin, you think of, you know, aspirin, you think of stem cells, and they believe that NRF2 is going to become the biggest breakthrough. The second theory of aging is mitochondrial decline. Now, this is something that I didn't know, and I don't know whether you're learned in this area, but what mitochondria does is it increases your ATP, which is the energy in your cells, which slows down aging. If you don't have good mitochondrial biogenesis and they're not producing healthy all the time, you can die. So you want really robust, great mitochondria. It improves your sleep quality and cellular repair. And also it's really good for brain and heart health. Again, I didn't know that up to 4,000 mitochondria are in every single cell in your brain and your heart. So you want them working at their max. And what's the NRF1 pathway's job? It is to produce mitochondria. So what's it made up of? Again, all natural ingredients: acetyl-carnitine, quercetin, coenzyme Q10. Really good for recovery. People that are athletes, they would know all about these herbs, or your PT might have told you about them, and great for the heart health as well. And then we call this the dual synergizer, the 1-2 punch. So the NRF2 is, I'm just going to get my other one here. So the NRF2 cleans out the cells, and then the NRF1 puts all the energy back in. So it's a bit like a car. You know, the body of the car and all the rusting, you want to get rid of that, and then you want to put a brand new engine in. So they work really, really well together. The next thing I want to talk about is gut health. And this was something that I really suffered with. So I was really excited. Protandim definitely helped me because at the time the ProBio wasn't out. But now I find that the ProBio has just taken my gut health to a whole other level. And I used to take ProBios. So people say, well, what's the difference in this one? Well, I would say the biggest thing is that it's a vegan capsule called a DR cap, and it takes 52 minutes to get into the small intestines and large intestines. That is what you want, getting the good bacteria in there. That's where the healing starts. It's got 6 billion CFUs. but it includes beta glucan as well, which is really important for the immune system. And I love it because it's got a desiccant packaging. So anytime I'm traveling or going away, I can take it with me. And then you've got the NRF2 other products, the hair care and the skin care. Now, the hair care is again activating the NRF2 pathway on our scalp. And you can see here two great business partners of mine, Jerry and also Brett. You can see the results that they had, especially with the serum. Now that increases the scalp flora, and then the hair care, the conditioner and the shampoo, well, I love it. I find that my hair is the healthiest that it's ever been. And we've been winning lots of awards for our hair care. Again, it's all natural, no parabens, you're not putting any nasties in. And then you've got the skin care. Now, this is a 4-stage skin care that actually goes down into the dermal layer. And you can see here Christy's skin, how bright after 30 days that it is. And we call one of them the healing cream because you can use it on different parts of your body as well that, you know, may have some kind of irritation and that, and it works really, really well. So a summary of these products and the benefits of them, well, it improves health, improves your sleep, improves vitality, increases energy, better memory and focus, healthier hair, skin and nails, gut health, and anti-aging of the cells. Now, the second component I want to talk about is the kingdom builder. So I spoke about why I chose LifeVantage, but I want to highlight some of the other reasons that attracted me to this company. And one thing that I know about is you want to get in, because I've been a traditional entrepreneur and business owner, I know all about timing, and I understand when a market gets flooded with a certain type of expertise out there. So what I wanted to do was find a company that nobody still knew about. And that's it here. It's only open in 20 countries, under 100,000 active distributors globally. We are just opened in China at the moment, and we are opening in Singapore in September. And next year, I believe January, we're opening in the Philippines. So you can see, you know, some of these countries like New Zealand has only been open in the last, since the 12th of November. Ireland was only opened last year, as well as Spain. So it's such a young company, and we're definitely in the innovator stage still. But I'd like to just get you to understand a little bit about this timing. So what happens, most people find out about companies when they're in momentum. Now, there is so much research that is being done on NRF2, and there is even studies that are being done in the Melbourne Monash University about NRF2 and liver cancer. So the more studies that are being done, the more it's being publicized. And when that happens, and we believe in the next, you know, maybe 2 to 3 years, momentum is going to happen. And what happens then is 80% of the growth happens with 20% of the people. That is when most people will join our business. And that's what excites me now, to think that I've got in early, as you would be getting in early now. But the great thing for you joining is that we have all our systems, we have duplicatable models all set for you to just run your business. The third thing I want to show you, and this was so dear to my heart, was I wanted to create a legacy for my family, but also for my charity. This man, Phil Hepworth, is one of our dearest friends, and he had a call from God while he lay on a mat for 4 months, asking him, God, what would you have me do? And God then said to him in Perth, I want you to go and build wells in Africa. And he thought, I have no idea how to do this, but I know you do, so I'm just going to trust you. And he went out, and over the last 8 years has built a huge charity over there, and been able to service and create clean running water for people, because he heard a statistic that I think it was in 1 in every 5 seconds a child dies from not drinking clean water. And he just thought, not on my watch. And what I was able to do was call him and say, Phil, I would love to be able to put you in my business at this top. I need to still build underneath it, but I'll come back to you in a couple of years and I'll be able to help create you some residual income that will enable you to carry on doing what you do. So I also built a legacy for my children as well. And I had the honor tonight, he is in Tanzania, and we pulled over at the side of the road before he went back in the bush, and he said, look, I can speak for 2 minutes. So I just wanted you to hear his heart.
Hi everybody, my name's Phil Hepworth. I run with my wife an organisation called Water for Africa. And about 4 years ago, G approached me and said she wanted to build a business and build it around what we do, so the proceeds could go into Water for Africa. And last year we gave over 2 million people clean water. And it's because of people like G and her husband who decide they want to sow into something bigger than themselves and make a difference. And it's through the business she's created that she's done this. And we're eternally grateful to G and Fletch for sowing into what we do in this way. And if that's your heart, I want to encourage you. You can make a huge difference to other people by running a business in this way. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Phil. So I just want to encourage you, online business, you might think, I didn't even know what that is. But I didn't, but I trusted God because I knew that this was something that he wanted me to do. So if you take a look even at the moment with what is happening with COVID, I am encouraging everyone that they should have a multiple stream of income so that you can protect your family, from the onslaught of these things. But when we can travel again and God calls you to another country, this is something that you can take with you wherever you go. You can create a position for your children in your church or your missionary friend like I did. It's a virtual office. You can take time off to do a missions trip or a voluntary trip and say, hey, gee, I'm out of here for 3 months. I feel called to go and work, in Africa or wherever. And we would look after your business for you. And while you're away, you can still tap away with it, but you would be earning money still while you're away. There's no inventory requirements, and you're impacting and changing people's lives, which I get to do with these incredible products, which fills me with joy every day, seeing lives being changed and health transformations happening. But it's a 3 to 5 year plan. And I say to people, this is not something that's get rich quick. This is something that is going to be around for generations to come. And you can see here, we have an annual disclosure statement where the average earnings, what could maybe $600 a month extra into your bank account do? Or, a Pro 5, 3,000, or a Pro 7, 13,000, you're getting into life-changing money where you're able to give more than you've ever been able to, which is what I've been able to do now. And lastly, I just want to take a couple of minutes to just talk on mentorship. We have a heart, a servant heart like Jesus. And that is what I truly believe all my leaders have. Jesus said, for even the Son of Man came not to be served, but to serve others and give his life as a ransom for many. And that is my heart, to literally see people being set free, whether it's from health or whether it's from their wealth, and they're wanting to create financial blessings in their family, but also that they're able to give more. So we've got a Kingdom Builders, we've got a beautiful Prayer Warriors group where we meet and we encourage each other, and we meet weekly and we go through the Bible and we go through God's word. And at the moment, we're going through Rich Men Can with Pastor Ed Luther, and, rich men can enter heaven. That is what he's talking about. Some people were put on earth to create wealth, to be able to build hospitals and things like that, and to be able to distribute the wealth around. So this is us. We have network marketing training on a Monday, but on a Thursday we come together and we do God's work. And I'd love to, if this is something that you would like to do, I would love to encourage you to do this, So you may be one of 3 people. You may want to become a customer, and I would encourage everyone to try these products. I've been taking them for 4.5 years and they've transformed my life. Or you might think, you know what, I really want to do this. I want to join this community of believers and I want to change people's life and also make a difference in the world and become a kingdom builder. And just to end on this, I'd love to just bring Jo Blowfield to talk for a couple of minutes about her heart. Now, Jo, I've had the absolute pleasure of Jo coming into my world through this business. And that is what happens. You have people come into your life that God brings in. And I know that she was brought into my life for a special reason. And she is a great businesswoman, had always been a traditional businesswoman, but wanted to change people's lives as well. So Jo, I'd love you to just share in a couple of minutes, you know, what has it been like joining this business and becoming a kingdom builder in our team?
Thanks so much, G. You make me want to cry. I just love this business so much. And as G said, I've been a traditional businesswoman for 16 years now, and I've owned my own business, and we've got 2 businesses that are global businesses. So I wasn't looking for another business, and I always steered away from businesses like this. But God's got a funny way of working timings, and this opportunity just came to me, and something inside of me just said yes. And I could just see what I could do with this business and how it could all work. And through my whole life, I've given to charities, I've given to, you name it, anyone that I see, I give money to. If there's somebody on the street that needs money, I will stop and give them money. And I've always had that in me, but I've never known what to do with it. And since joining this business, I've just felt like I now know why I was given those gifts, and I've been given them from God, and it is to kingdom build. And I just believe now that this business is my vehicle to be able to kingdom build. And I'm just so passionate about this business. The Prayer Warriors group within this business has just been such an amazing support, to have this group of people that are there with you, traveling with you, doing the journey with you, who are just supporting you and praying with you, and for us to be able to pray for other people as well. It has just been so uplifting, and I pray to God every day to just say how thankful I am to have this business in my life. And the kingdom building just excites me. I'm crying here. It excites me immensely at the ability that I've got to be able to build God's kingdom. I just really feel that that is my calling now, and this is a vehicle that I can use to do it. And it is hard for me to go back to traditional business now, because I've seen what this type of business can do, and the support and the personal development has just been immense. And I have been pushed so far out of the square but in a supportive way, and I have just learned so much. And I've been blown away by the whole business. And in my children too, I've put our children into the business, so they are involved in the business and they are building. And my little one goes to school and she prays over our business. She prays over it, and she prays for everyone in LifeVantage as well, and she prays all the time. Her class pray for the business too. And I just think, when you've got a group of us all together doing this kind of things, miracles can happen. And I really believe that this is a vehicle to build God's kingdom. And I'm so excited. I'm so thankful to be a part of this business.
And the products. We'll just end on this. What have they done for your life and your health transformation?
Look, I've lost 25 kilos in the last 6 months from taking these products. The brain fog, and I think that's been a big part of it too, is that these products have helped lift my brain fog so much now that I can just see crystal clear what my family's future is going to be with this business. And these products have changed my youngest daughter, who's 11 years old. She's got huge learning difficulties, but it has changed her life, and we've just got this different child now. And our other daughter is an elite athlete in New Zealand, and so she takes the products too, and it has changed her ability to be able to focus and her ability to be able to go at the level that she does. And my husband, I mean, the products have helped grow his hair back. So what more can I say? But it's just, it has been absolutely life-changing for me. And I just feel so blessed, and I feel like I'm in the right place to be doing what God has put forth for me. And I'm just so excited about my future and our family's future with this business.
Thank you, Jo. Wow. So you can hear her heart. So I just want to thank everyone who came on. And if you're watching this recording, I really encourage you to get back. If anything has been stirred in you, pray about it. But if anything has been stirred at all in you and you would like to have a conversation with me or Jo, or have any questions, please get back to the person that sent you this video. Thank you.